What's up, guys? It's Eddie. This is my second attempt at this video, so hopefully it's a lot better. I recorded it last night around midnight, and I really didn't get done like 1:30 in the morning, and finally just crashed. Didn't finish it. And I went to watch the video earlier and tried to do some editing, and it was awful. The audio didn't link up to the video, so I just, you know what? I'll try it again. It's like 9. I'm much more awake, so hopefully it goes better this time. But I thought since it's been a minute, I might want to go back and, kind of give y'all an update on how things have been going, my attempt to save my eBay store, and I also realized that I haven't really given you what I plan on doing, what's my goals, and how I plan to achieve that. So today I'm going to give you 4 goals that I have for saving my eBay business. But before I get into all that, let me go ahead and give a quick recap for those people who have not seen any of my videos before. You can always go back and watch some of the older videos and kind of get the story. But basically what's going on is my wife, who's been working 2 jobs and has been very supportive of me, of my endeavors to create an eBay business and Amazon, and, just e-commerce altogether. She has been, handling for most of the finances as far as the bills go, and I've been trying to pull what money I can to help. I also get a little bit of disability from the VA for post-traumatic stress disorder. So yeah, most of my money's been going back into the business. And so she's been covering most of the bills, but while she's doing that, she's working 2 jobs. So she's really tired of working the second job. VIP kids, teaching Chinese kids overseas how to speak English properly, and she's burnt out. And she's pretty tired, and she's looking for a way out. Yeah, so she wants to back off the VIP kids, not all the way, just to, enough to where she can actually work at a more leisurely pace and kind of work it on her own hours and her own days that she wants to work, and not be, required to do so. So my objective is to grow my eBay business to the point to where I can supplement that income, and she can just work it when she wants. So that's what I'm trying to do. So let's go ahead and get into the goals / update on how things are going. So now the first goal that I have for saving my eBay business is to list, and list a lot. My original goal was to get to 500 listings, and I started out at under 400, so probably about 370-ish listings. I'm now around 470 listings, so I've got my 100 listings higher, but I've listed 133 items in 10 days. So I've been doing pretty well. So I come to realize pretty soon that 500 was too easy of a goal. So I pushed that now to a 600. And so I have to get to 600 listings before my month is up. And so I'm 10 days in. So I've got, today's the 11th day. And so I've got 19 more days basically to get this to where I need to be. And I don't know, the listing along is not going to be what I need to do, but it is going to be a start. The second goal that I have is to be more selective in my sourcing. So I'm going to try to start sourcing items that are at least a $20 profit only, which is hard for me because some of the cooler items that I find that I love to list and sell aren't for a lot of profit. I love selling vintage toys, and a lot of action figures you can get your hands on don't necessarily go for a lot of money. Some do, some don't. You'll get an item for $1 and sell it for $10-15. So it's not really a $20 profit there. It's just really cool to me, when I sell a vintage Ninja Turtle to someone. But another part of that is also finding items that have a higher sell-through rate. So I'm not just trying to pick up items, and I had suffered that for a long time, because just because it was cheap, and yes, it will eventually sell, I would get it. Pay $1, pay 50 cents, pay 25 cents, but it would take forever to sell. So it would just sit on my shelf, and it wouldn't, for 6 months, 7 months before it actually gets sent out to somebody. And yes, I'm making profit on it, but is it? And then it's not holding a lot of money for say, because I didn't have a lot of money invested in it. But slower sell-through rates are also going to cause me just not to have a high profit. I'm not going to have a lot of sales each day because I'm taking 6 months to sell something. If I have a lot of those, and which unfortunately it seems like I do. So to get the goal to 600 listing is very achievable, considering especially that the amount of items that I have lying around here to sell. I do have a lot of items to list. I have a lot of D&D miniatures that I bought in a big lot that I just actually finally got a chance to start listing because it took a long time to get the smell out of them, and maybe we'll go that different time. I also have a lot of vintage video game consoles that I'm trying the process of getting cleaned and getting tested and getting those listed. And of course today I go out and I go garage selling and buy, another 30, 40 items that I have to list. And I was more selective today, so don't get me wrong. I was trying to stick to this $20 profit. And so yeah, there's money to be made. So I just really need to make sure that I am grinding to get stuff listed, and it's working so far. So now the third goal for saving my eBay business is to keep better track of my records. The last year I did not do a very good job of that. And then I know I was making profits. It was hard to see how to know. And so it was a little hard for me to really say, yes, I'm doing well or I'm not doing well, because I didn't know how much exactly take home I was bringing in. And so my objective and my goal this year is to take better records and to keep better tracks of that so that I can constantly know where I'm sitting at. So a big part of that is finding a program that can help me with that. And I am about to start with GoDaddy, and I need to do it soon because it's the beginning of the year, and the longer I wait, the harder it's going to be. I'm just waiting on enough cash influx to where I can actually spend the money towards that. So the fourth and final goal that I have for saving my eBay business is honestly just to trust in God. I need to have more faith that He's got my back. I constantly struggle trying to hand my problems over to Him, and I know that when I do, He will definitely take care of me. And so I've struggled with that concept. So I'm making more of an exertive effort to do that. And so far, it's been pretty amazing. I've been in a much better mood the last 3 days because I've just decided that, it's going to be what it's going to be, and He's going to put me where I need to be. And I just need to have faith that He's got my back. And so I've been trying to make sure that that's a goal that I am going to stick to. And hopefully I can continue to do so. So yeah, that's my 4 goals to save my eBay business. And now to kind of give you just a brief summary or update on how things have been going so far, since I am now on the 11th day. Like I said earlier, I'm sitting at around 471 listings. And yes, I have listed 133, and that's not including today. I haven't gotten to my listings today because I wanted to get this video knocked out. But mostly for the 10 days, and it started out not really good. I've been averaging 2 sales a day, 3 sales a day at most of the time. But it hasn't like this has been terrible, income, because I was saved a few of those days with really good high selling items. They kind of saved my butt. But now, there was a couple days where it got really bad, where I was only making like $17. And so I've been spending all the time listing. I was kind of getting discouraged and, feeling down that I just wasn't seeing the success that I should be with the amount of stuff that I've been listing, the amount of work I was putting in it. And then I just decided that, I needed to put my faith in God, and I needed to just stop stressing about it and just do what I need to do, what I can do on my part, and let everything happen as it's going to happen. And things turned around. The last 3 days have been really good. On Thursday, we sold 10 items. I've sold over $200 worth of items. And then yesterday we sold 9 for like $150 in sales. That's not profit, but it's pretty close to profit, because honestly, most of those things we're selling those days were really good deals on those. And today I think we've sold 6 or 7, and I haven't really looked at what it is. I think we're sitting at somewhere around $100. So over the past 3 days, we have made more sales than we had the previous 7 when I was making this giant push. And so hopefully this trend continues. Now, the big question is, how do I know when I'm successful? How do I know when I've achieved my goal? Well, me and the wife sat down and we talked about it, and we figured out exactly where we need to be able to supplement her pay and for her to step away and step back some. What we did was we tried to figure out what she was making and what it was each week, basically, and what I needed to make in full sales and be able to take out taxes and cover for all the fees. And I know I'm sitting around just above about a 50% profit, so we're able to calculate that out. And then we had to account for me able to still have funds to go sourcing and continue to work on my business. And so basically we came up with a number of $150 sales a day. So if you had just noticed, the last 3 days have been really good for that goal. Not today, not so, $100, but still not quite where we're at, but it's still pretty good considering where we were the previous 7. But we did $200 and $150, and they were saying $100. So hopefully we can continue this path, and this is more of like an indication of things to come. But we can only have hope, and I can only have faith, and so that's how I planned anyway to save my eBay business. But before I let you go for the night, I do want to leave you with some amazing footage of me and my kids, because hey, they're amazing and you guys probably should meet them.
You wanna say hey? Here's your glasses. Hey. You wanna say hey?
Hey.
Well, don't throw their toy at them. I'm trying to... Oh, you giving sugars. That's so sweet, baby girl. Get out of the camera. You gotta back up. See? You gotta back up. Brother. Hey, Oliver. Say hey, Oliver.
This is my life now.
Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. And if you happen to find any value or have any interest in my story, please, like and subscribe to my channel. I will let you know as things go along. Also, please leave comments, any tips, tricks, or advice. I will take it all. All is welcome. Anyway, y'all have a good night. Not sure why I hit record before I started drinking, but I did. So y'all get that. Y'all never see it. Don't worry about it. So the first of the goal. Stop it. Everything deleted.